remember us. Thank you so much.
Na umejua wewe ndio wa kwanza kuchuna.
Do the chiefs sit kwa CDF, NGCDF? They are not there. Who is in NGCDF? DCC peke yake. Na kwa nini kange pesa police station? Wapi DCC? Ukikuja mwenye under present useme what usually happens. The person who will come later to present.
Thank you sir. Wa mwisho kabisa kutumalizia katika kitengo hicho cha wafanyikazi wa serikali ni DCC Mike Ororutua. Mariza ndio tuingie kitengo cha wananchi.
Wasiri, the Deputy Governor of Nyandarua, and all protocol observed. My name is Michael Ololtua, Deputy County Commissioner, Nyandarua Central, and Chairman, DCC's Welfare, Nyandarua County. Without further ado, sir, on behalf of the DCCs, from the onset, we welcome you to Nyandarua and sincerely thank you for making us visible once again. Sometimes we are visible by wananchi for the wrong reasons, and sometimes we are visible for good reasons. This is a good reason, and once again, we can raise our heads up. You have made us proud. Thank you very much, Wasiri. Secondly, before I continue, Wasiri, just a clarification. We just realized that we had the first lot of promotion, as was said by our past, that the first post, we were promoted last year through interviews. The two DCCs were mentioned, and today there was another lot which were promoted, 2025, so we were in the first lot. Just a clarification, we apologize, maybe with this us, we did not hear the question well, and thank you so much for these promotions. I'm going to take just a few minutes, 1.5 minutes as I sit down. Without repeating what the other officers have said, for the interest of time, we welcome the introduction of NGAPU to the National Government Administration. And we really hope that these NGAPU officers will be trained very soon and deployed to all over the country. We really welcome and we are waiting for it. Secondly, we remain grateful for the ministry for training us in the recent promotions. And the other very important issue, we continue to face numerous land-related challenges, especially on historical double allocation, ancestral land disputes, and so many issues concerning land. We submit that there is a great need for a multi-agency coordinated approach for an alternative dispute resolution, like mediation and arbitration in all land-related cases. We really need a policy on this, because so many people are going to courts and they spend a lot of money, and yet we are in a position as a multi-agency to solve all land cases in this country without going to court. Another very important issue, sir, we also request as DCCs to provide list vehicles to the two sub-counties in Nyandarua North and Wanjai sub-counties, to enable them to deliver government services effectively. Another very important thing, sir, we also wish to report that Abadeas and Wanjai sub-counties does not have headquarters. There is a great urgent need to construct them in Shamada and Wanjai shopping centers. This will really appreciate if we have got these sub-counties having headquarters. A very important one, sir, on the construction of Gataji sub-county, we have got, there still remains a balance of 6 million. We request for the fast tracking of this remaining balance so that the Gatanji sub-county can have a complete block for the DCC. However, we also submit that the time for transportation of meat in Nyandarua, there are so many theft reported on stock theft. So many cows are slaughtered, goats, sheep, and we submit that the time, it becomes a policy that the time for transporting meat in Nyandarua become 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the evening. We also humbly request the removal of 40 heads in AIEs. Let it just become security operations. So easy implementation. And finally, sir, we request that electricity bills be paid in time to avoid disruption of service delivery. So many times the electricity are cut in the area. And finally, our CC resides in Nyahururu. It is the feeling of the DCCs that Nyahururu is too far. If we can have a resident for our CC in Nyandarua, there is an allotment of 4 acres just up here for our CC to be in Nyandarua in Orkalau. We will be very grateful on this. And finally, sir, on the issue of the CDF, we are members of the CDF, sir, and there's a lot of work being done concerning the police stations, concerning the chief's offices. So I believe this is an issue, sir, that we are doing together with the NGCDF because we are members of CDF. So there should not be any problem, any point of alarm on this, sir. With that, we thank you very much, sir, on behalf of the DCC's Nyandarua.
Thank you. Afande, kufikia hapo tumetamatisha maoni kuhusu wafanyikazi wale unasimamia, na tumewashukuru nyote kwa ile kazi mmefanya. Yale maoni mmetoa yamesikizwa na waziri. Sasa kutoka hapo nataka tuingie kitengo cha wananchi. Na kwa ile kazi mzuri tumefanya, tuinue mkono, tujipigie makofi moja. Asante sana. Waziri kutuanzishia kitengo cha wananchi. Na naomba ni dakika 2. Kuna kiongozi ya kina mama. She's a leader, I think, of women groups. Anaitwa Njeri Kulet. Alafu tunataka hapa akuje Geoffrey Ndungu Moko akaya hapa. Tunataka Joyce Wanja Kimondio akuje akaya hapa. Wako wapi? Tuanze na women group. Wendio? Women group. Dakika
2. Honorable Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, our Deputy Governor, all protocol observed. Mimi ni leader ya wamama. Mimi nimetoka pande ya Milangine. Na masaibu ya wamama ni mingi. Na wakati niliambiwa nitakuja kuongea habari ya wamama, lazima ningefanya lobbying, nijue masaibu yao ni gani. Na wakaniambia sasa, nikawaambia sasa mimi naenda kuona Secretary wa Interior. Wakasema sasa, kama ni Secretary wa Interior, mwenye anasimamia security, ile mambo tutakupatia, hapo mwisho unaandika security. Kila jambo unaandika security. Sasa wakaniambia, wako na mashida ya maji na light. Nikawauliza hapo security inakujia wapi? Wakasema inakujia kwa sababu tunaendea maji mbali, tunatuma watoto kwa sababu wataweza patana na nini? Na wahalifu. Habari ya light wakasema wanatumia mafuta ya taa na wanatuma watoto jioni kwenda kutafuta nini? Hiyo mafuta watakutana na nini? Watakutana na majambazi. Sasa hiyo ni masaibu ya wamama. Wakarudi wakasema ni kuambia habari ya pombe, especially zile nini ziko kwa karibu na manyumbani. Although our governor kusema ukweli amejaribu sana kurevoke zile licenses ziko karibu na manyumbani, lakini kukosi wale wanajificha, hawajafungua baa lakini wanajificha pali fulani. Tuangaliliwe hao vizuri kabisa. Na iko hii kazi ya vijana, kazi kwa vijana. Wakati wanachagua hawa watu wakuwe wanaingia mashinani kabisa, kwa sababu unakuta kwamba wanaenda kwa centers, hapo ndio wanachagua nini vijana. Unajua kwa centers vijana ni wengi. Sasa wanaenda kwa centers, wanasahau kule mashina. Kule unakuta huko mashinani kuna vijana wengi ambao hawana kazi, na wakiwa hawana kazi sikutakuwa na usalama wenye hakuna. Sasa tafadhali tuongezewe au vijana na wachukuliwe hata huko mashinani. Wakasema tena habari ya financial. Nikamwambia sasa financial na security, wakasema wewe hujui iko kitu mama Georgina inaitwa financial security. Nikamwambia kweli iko, na sisi hatutaki handouts. Sisi tunataka, kwa sababu governor wetu ametuongelesha, ametupeleka maseminars ya kulima, tumefungua ma-cooperatives nyingi mashinani na masacos. Serikali tutafutie pesa, ituwekee huko kwa sako. Hiyo sako, hiyo pesa ikuwe security ya loans ya kulima. Ndio ule mkulima mdogo, ule mama mdogo kabisa, wakiwa kwa groups zao watakuwa wanaulizana, wewe unahitaji fertilizer kiasi gani? Gunia moja. Mimi nataka 2. Mimi nataka dawa ya viazi. Mimi nataka nini? Farm inputs. Wakiandika wataenda huko kwa sako, wachukue loan, si wako na security. Waweze kufanya waweze kulima, walete hizo input zao, walime, wapate pesa, waongeze ile pesa waliwekewa security ili waweze kulima hata zaidi. Lakini wakiwa hawana kitu chochote, wacha niwaambie kitu moja. Mama wa huko mashinani, I'm talking about that, ule mama mdogo kabisa wa huko mashinani. Yule mwalimu alikuwa hapo mkubwa, amewacha deni kubwa sana hapo. Na tunaomba mtusaidie, kwa sababu hiyo shule itafungwa tu. Na watoto wetu sijui wataenda wapi. Na nilisema tu nikikuja hapa sitasahau kusema hivyo. Secretary wetu, tafadhali utuangalilie hiyo mambo. Asante sana.
Asante mama. Karibu sana ndugu yangu ambaye unawakilisha cooperatives and manufacturing. I think 2 minutes will be enough. Please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful moment. Our CS Interior Security, Honorable Onesimus Kipchumba Murkomen, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Geoffrey Dongo Moko, representing cooperatives and manufacturers. And first and foremost, we have addressed thanks to the Kenya Kwanza government for the bottom-up economic transformation agenda through MUSEA. We have seen them working with us. They are close to our people that we represent, and we are really appreciating the effort there. We are also grateful to our security agencies. They have been working hand in hand with us, especially when an issue arises. They are always there to do some of the things that are required to be done. But nevertheless, I would like to address some of the challenges that we are facing, we as people who are representing some of our colleagues out there. And there is this issue that have been addressed, and I really feel that it wasn't addressed with the seriousness that it deserved. There is this issue of cattle theft. It is a very serious thing that is really affecting the institutions that we represent, simply because, for instance, we operate the credit and saving cooperative societies, where sometimes we are forced or we are required to give some loans to our members to go and buy the daily animals only to wake up in the morning and you find ng'ombe yako imeibiwa kwako, imechijiwa kwako, umeachiwa kichwa, gozi na miguu. Mtu anaamka asubuhi na maji na bucket, unaenda kukamua, unakuta ng'ombe haiko, unaanza kuitafuta mpaka kwa mfuko, unaenda kwa bedroom, unaikosa, only to find out imechijiwa hapo nyuma yako. Sio ni madharau? Your issue should be addressed with the seriousness it really deserved. We are really feeling that the job that you are doing is at threat, simply because kuna hii issue ya illicit brewing and gambling, and also the abuse of drugs among our youth. We are expecting them to take lead as we are aging, and we are feeling tuko na wasiwasi kwa sababu tukiwaangalia hatuwaoni most of the times. Wako kwa centers, kazi yao ni kuomba kifao, tunaitaga 20 bob, nipe 20 bob, na ukimpea anakibia kwa muguka, anapigibia kwa hizo pombe zingine, na hiyo inaleta threat mpaka kwa food security, kwa sababu tunawagojea tuone wakifanya kazi na sisi ili tuweze kuachia hii kazi tunafanya. Tunaomba serikali kuu kama kuna na uwezekano, hawa vijana wapewe civic education, they be empowered, wapewe education, waelimishwe moso mambo ya kilimo biashara, so that wakuje tufanye kazi tukiwa pamoja, and together we assure the food security to our people and to the nation. We are also feeling that we are not comfortable as we are articulating our normal daily routines in manufacturing, simply because our main thing ni mambo ya maziwa. Na wakati tunaenda kwa soko tunakuta kuna a lot of imported milk, either from neighboring countries, nyingine zinatoka mpaka all the way from European country. Na having done all it takes, having invested a lot, and making sure that we are producing enough for local and export, tukienda kwa soko tunakuta soko iko saturated with an imported milk. So with those very few remarks, I would like to add there, niseme Mungu awabariki na watende mema. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey. I want to invite Kiiru Kimani, representing institutions, and the person to represent the business community is Stephen Maina Akujapa, and youth rep Anita Apiundu Watoro Akujapa.
Okay, thank you very much. The guests of honor, the Honorable CS, and the protocol observed. Good afternoon. My name is Kiiru Kimani, Deputy Principal of the Nyandarua National Polytechnic, representing institutions of higher learning, and more so the TVET fraternity. Honorable CS, our work normally is to skill the youth, to give them the skill they require, so that they can vent for themselves into legal and dignified work. We also have a job to change the attitude of the youth so that they become the job creators and they become the engine in which the country needs for development. In this endeavor, we have worked in collaboration with NGAOs, with the security teams and the prison service, so that we can be in a position to do our work. And I would like us to get the picture of Banasias, what we had during the Gen Z issues. Those are the trainees we normally live in on a daily basis. I know they gave us a lot of headache, but we have managed to stay with them peacefully. And the CS, even though we are trainers, probably we will also be calling ourselves security officers because we have maintained the security within these institutions. And to keep those trainees very safe and peaceable, we have had that collaboration. However, there are a few issues that we feel that can help us in this, and is to bring all the trainees to colleges. The NGAO have been very helpful in recruiting for the colleges. However, in Nyandarua, we only have like 40% of the youth we need in colleges. And therefore, if you can help us, we are going to contain and have a very peaceful county. So, Bwana Waziri, when we have the student in the colleges, all we need is funding. I know they have been delayed in funding for, say, the HELB and the scholarship. And if the trainees have those facilities, they have the funds, we are going to train them and have them very well trained. And as we talk of the funding, we also would like to have the services. The governor already articulated that the HELB and placement services be brought nearer in our Huduma centers so that we can have that easy reach. So the other aspect of Waziri, we have had a few security and safety concerns. Also, our institutions are along the roads, so majority of these roads are not marked. I would like the rambles and maybe bumps to help us with the safety. And also in collaboration with the county government, if we have mulikamwizis and pavements, whereby our trainees can be walking around, feel that can go a long way. I also have the menace on illicit brews, cheap liquors, the dens for gambling, and I think betting. If this we can have tighten this, we believe we are going to move far. Bwana Waziri, also would like to, we talked about uniform for the police officers. Those are some of the services we can do in our technical colleges. If we can have partnership, we can be helping to do this. We've talked of housing for the chiefs. We have the builders. If you can partner with us, we have the expertise to do that. And I believe the collaboration between the ministries can help us do that. I also would like to ask, just a minute. Yes. We have, say, vehicles which have stalled in our stations. If you'd let them stay in our institutions and become training facilities, I believe you'll be doing us services. So we'll not call them junk, but we'll be calling them facilities. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. I want to invite the youth representative, Apiundu Watoro.
Waziri na naibu wa governor and all protocols observed, good afternoon. I want to stick to the timelines and I will directly go to the point. And on youth, first of all, we would like to request for inclusion in everything that the government is doing. Also in this crucial ministry. Also, we would like also, on the issue that one of the OCS raised on housing, I would like to request the government to incorporate the affordable housing at the station levels, to create employment at each and every ward or each and every station. On issue to do with alcohol, these are a menace that is sweeping youths, and we would request your ministry to be quite strict, because once the political interference gets into issue to do with alcohol, it becomes a war that cannot be won. And we have an issue in conflict between the GAO officers, the JSC, and also the police, where the GAO direct the police, the arrest is executed, but maybe at a point the JSC fails the both parties. I'd like to request that, if possible, the ministry can delegate a unit that will be under the police for swift operations. So in the way you have SIPU, I can request a unit to be under the police. Also, I would like to request that when the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya was a Minister for Interior, he had said that Kipipiri will have a Huduma Center. And as the Governor requested, I would like that can be actualized at your reign. Also, I can like to request the officers who are at the Nakada to delegate their services even to the sub-county levels, because sometimes even reaching Nakada is an ambiguous task. And to finalize it all, I would like to charge you, Mr. Honorable CS, in the book of Mark chapter 10 and verse 46, where Bartimaeus was requesting Jesus for help. And as youth, we have also been requesting for help and shouting, but we have not seen help. When Kindiki was our CS Interior, he had promised me something and I never saw what he had promised me. When the president was there at Oljororok, he promised me something, but reaching him became an ambiguous task. So if I may find favor before you, I may have something to speak to you in your ear. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. To represent the business community, I'm inviting Stephen Maina, 2 minutes. Then there is somebody who has recovered from drug addiction, I think. Martin Gogi should be here.
Thank you, sir. The chief guest, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, all the protocols observed. In front of you is Stephen Maina, a businessman and a contractor in Nyandarua. I personally support the development effort made by the government since inception of devolution in our beloved country, Kenya.